share my screen first. So I will be sharing the full screen because I will be switching to the Google Chrome later. Okay. So are you able to see my slide?
Yes, Dr. Gan, we can see.
Okay, so let me switch on the video. All right, okay, so can you see my video?
Yes,
Actually,
very
the
clear.
version is a bit. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So let me introduce myself. I am Gan Keng Hoon, and I'm the yeah, you know who I am. I'm the D2K cluster head. So yeah, so today I'm going to present on a topic. Okay, I think personally I think this title is it will be relevant to everyone. Okay, so the title will be procrastinations and PhD. So basically there are many ways that one can procrastinate. Okay, but the scope is really too big, so we have to narrow it down to PhD, which is relevant to everyone, even the master students. Okay, so it will be similar. So let's take a look at the first task that you need to do. Okay. So yeah, please everyone participate in this activity. Name one task that you should be doing today, okay, related to PhD, okay, not something else, okay, or already due, but you're not doing it, okay. You don't have to think about the reason, okay, because sometimes we don't even know why we are not doing it. Okay, so just that name one task that in your plan, or yeah, maybe you know this morning when you came to the lab, okay, school or at home, you plan to do something but you have not done it, okay. So you can access the Menti page using the QR code or the URL or this code. Okay, for this code you have to go to menti.com. So allow me to switch while you are entering your feedback. Let me switch to the web browser. Okay. This is for later. Let me this. Are you able to see my screen? All right, I think if it's somehow relevant to yourself, it's fine. Like health check is a good one, okay? Yeah, because in order for you to complete this very long 3 years minimum to probably more, okay, PhD journey, you definitely need a very good health, okay? Yeah, it is a very long marathon, okay? It's not like a 100 meters run. All right, so we have a few sharings here. Let's look at it together. Okay. Yeah, keep them coming. I think we have some down there. Okay, read 2 papers. Well, that's quite ambitious. Read 2 papers. Okay. You still have time. It's just 4 o'clock, so I think you still have time until 11:59 tonight to finish that 2 papers. Okay, for those who for the one who posted this one. Okay, add some paragraph to my thesis draft. Yeah, that is a good one because but you can be more specific. Okay, you can be more specific. And what else? Okay, read papers for review articles. Okay, finish up writing my chapters draft. Wow. Okay, it's a very big task. Okay, I consider that. Okay, let me just you may access the, I think you may access this. Can you? I will check. I will share it later. Okay, together with the slide. Okay, so I will just go through some because there are quite a number of it. Let me just quickly go through it. Revise the paper for proposal defense. Okay, you mean your thesis? Yeah, your proposal is prepare slide and start writing new papers. Read important papers. So what paper is important paper to you? Reading literatures, running simulations for my new paper, and so forth. Refine chapter 4. Okay, these are yeah, quite specific. Okay. And what else? Read a new article, editing some paragraph. Okay, is that all? Is that okay? Everything? I think mostly the sharing is about reading, right? If I can quickly sum up, reading a papers, either about for your literatures or your methodologies. So write some parts in your thesis. Okay, I think yeah, basically you have yeah, these two big category. Editing some paragraph based on supervisor's comment. Rewriting RQ. RQ is research questions. Okay, a good one. Okay, yeah. But as long as you have plan and you already think of like today, what do you want to do? That is a good start already. Okay, so let's go back. You can keep them coming. I will compile this list and share with you all later. So let us go back to the slides. Okay. Yeah, so there are many things that you should be doing today, but okay, yeah, but why? Okay, we will find out. Try to find out. Okay, yeah, you may want to format your journal paper. Okay, because you have done the contents part, but you haven't format it properly to submit to to a journal, or you haven't followed the publisher format. Okay, you want to, yeah, you should send a progress update to your supervisor, but you haven't done that. Yeah, no one mentioned about this in the list just now. Okay, reply an email to a review invitation. Yeah, these are small things that can be done also, but sometimes we just delay it. Okay, solve the bug in my algo. Yeah, this is more challenging. Update my sponsor about my progress. So some of you have sponsors for your program, right? Then I think by end of every semester, you need to do some updates. Okay, and many more. Okay, yeah, there are actually many things that what a PhD student can do, okay, in a day. Okay, even yeah, maybe you should have thought of written an apology email to your supervisor because you have really been like missing in action for a very long time. Okay, so these are the things that probably came across in your mind, but yeah, it's not normally it's not part of our to-do list. Okay, as a PhD student, even organizing your papers. Okay, when you download papers, automatically it will go to this download folder. Then things get very messy there. Yeah, somehow this could be one of the things that you should do. Okay, and so forth. The list continues. Yeah, so it's a long list. So let's I think I would treat today's thoughts more like in a way which is more like a discussions. So feel free to just reply at the chat, okay? At the chat. Okay. So let's look at what is the cause, okay? Yeah, first, what is the cause of the delay? Okay. Let's look at one example. A very simple example, as simple as filling up a form, okay? Yeah, I think we are all PhD students. We have this qualifications we have studied so many years, right, up to now, and we have got this PhD's candidate. We are now a PhD candidate, but why is filling a form can be hard, okay? And some of us tends to delay this type of task. So this is an example, okay? Actually, there are many forms out there. Even the supervisor, they have a lot of forms to fill up, run forms. But yeah, I pick one because this is related, a form which is related to you, okay? Yeah. Does anyone recognize what form is this? And anyone recognize what form is this? Progress
Yes,
report.
Doctor. Progress
Yeah.
form.
Yes, this is a progress report form that you need to fill at the end of every semester before you allow to do the renewal. Okay, so this is a pretty easy task, right? But why sometimes we choose to delay? Okay, why do you choose to delay? Okay, so what are the possible causes? Okay, I think one of this is the awareness cause. Okay, you may not be aware of the date. Okay, someone has done that before. You are not aware of the date and you miss the deadline. Okay, so this, I think this one we have an easy solutions. Just make sure you check your email regularly. Okay, yeah, don't ignore the email sent by school or Pentavere or IPS to your student inbox. Okay, another way is yeah, join the research group, Postgrad Society research group, because in the research group the committees tends to share all these from time to time to remind each other. So peer support is actually very important. Okay, yeah, to avoid this kind of delay. Okay, next. I'm scared to fill up. Anybody has this experience before? You're scared to fill up this form. Okay, I'm just anticipating what a PhD student would feel when filling up this form. Okay, yeah, because when I fill up this form as a supervisor as well, when I got the form from you all, like my PhD students, I also have to think twice based on some of the things filled up here. Okay, so anyone has this phobia? I'm scared to fill up. Okay, what is the possible cause? Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, what is exactly happening? Okay, okay, it could be, yeah, that's why you have to know why. Okay, you have to find out the root cause, even for a simple form like this. So perhaps you are stuck at the preliminary stage for many semesters. Okay, so again, at this semester, maybe you did not manage to make any progress. So you have to choose this option again, right? So somehow we feel like you may feel kind of like demotivated. Yeah. Okay. So Najiha, I'm not scared, but I feel like I can elevate the status stage, for example, from writing proposal to submit the proposal. Okay, that's good. You're not scared. Okay. I think as long as there are some progress there, you won't be scared. Okay. So it's easy. Okay. Yeah, there's I think there could be some of us who have this mindset. This is very easy, it's just a form, okay? But the due is still far away, okay? End of the month maybe. So I'll do other things first, do this later. Okay, perhaps, yeah, I can't think of any reasons why. Perhaps you are the real procrastinator in this case. Easygoing type, take it easy. But just make sure if you fall into this category, at least jot down, okay, in your to-do list so that you don't miss the, yeah, you don't miss the due, okay? So yeah, by the way, you can access this site, okay? Yeah, especially for new students, if you do not know how to fill out the form or what to expect, you can go to this website, okay? It will teach you how to fill out the progress report form. Okay. Okay, another example, okay? So this is the second example, regular research progress update. Are you delaying at least writing an email to update your supervisor about your progress? Yeah, that could be one of the things that we tend to procrastinate as well. Okay, yeah. So why? Okay, maybe yeah, some after 1 month, some after a few months, some after maybe one semester. Okay, yeah. So what could be the cause? Okay, what could be the cause? So I'm trying to again think in your shoes. What could be the reasons? Okay, perhaps you have not managed to come up with anything new in a semester. Is this something familiar? After one whole semesters, like checking here and there, looking at the research papers or trying out things that you didn't manage to come up with something that you are satisfied with. Hence, you don't yeah you don't maybe you are doing something, okay, but you feel that yeah, as Asma said, it's not, you think that it's not significant enough, okay, to report, okay. So but I tell you why, even if it's not significant, it will be a good update for your yeah, at least to update your supervisor, okay, which is Asma in this case is me lah, okay. So you probably have explored, yeah, you have investigated, but you didn't really organizing your findings, okay. There are bits and pieces you have looked here and there. You may also have tried some codings, okay, but then it's a failed attempt, okay. But what I want to try to say here, even something not significant, something failed attempt can be reported and discussed, okay, can be discussed. Yeah. So there are also other cases, like it could be you have spent time reading many papers, especially for those in your early stage. You have read so many papers, and then the more you read, the less confident you are, because all research that you have thought of already done by someone else, okay, from another research center, by another students. Yeah, but no matter what, summarize your finding, okay? There will be something good in there. Send your findings to your supervisor immediately, okay? And then initiate a discussions, because I believe that discussions to spark ideas, okay? So another tip is look for future work section, because you have read, let's say you have read so many papers. In some papers, they have future works, right? At the end of the papers, try to look for some insights, okay, from the author, okay? Yeah, there could be some future work that maybe you like to continue or pursue. Okay. Right. Another one, I'm too busy working on my PhD, no time to update. Is anyone falls in this category? Even I think even like some of the supervisors, if you are past students, right, you can comment as well. Yeah, I mean about your experience. You are too busy working, okay, no time to update. Yeah, really. Okay. Because I do encounter probably this scenario. So yeah, I believe that independent is good in this case. Yeah, you're really working on it. You're very focused. Perhaps you are too focused, and then you forgot to update. But just a reminder that a regular checkpoint, okay, that with your supervisor or or with your peers, is very important to make sure that you are actually not working on something else which is far from the required PhD's requirement. All right. Okay. What else? Okay, I think I have one last point. Yeah, some of you may have some personal matters. You are caught up with family matters. Yeah, it happens. Okay, we can't avoid that. Work matters, financials. Okay, yes, there are a lot of things because PhD is a long journey, so we tend to have these kind of issues as well that along the journeys. So when you really have, if you think that this has actually interrupted your studies, you may want to rethink your purpose. Okay, yeah, which one is your priority, which comes first. Okay, but at the same time, if you know some peers who have faced similar situations, yeah, just check with them how they do it. If needed, you can take a semester off. Yeah, just make it proper, inform the authority, inform the school admin, inform your supervisor, plan for it. Okay, take a semester off, then rest or work on the financial parts and then come back to continue. There's one formula that I want to try. I I think it may work, but so far there's no proven record yet that this works. Write a half page every week per weekday, okay, for 1 year. So that means you only need to write half a page. Do you know how much is half a page? One page A4 paper with the double spacing, font size maybe 11 or 12, half a page. Not that much, right? I think it should be doable. For weekday only, weekend you can rest. For 1 year, you will get 130 pages. Okay. After 1 year, you will get 130 pages. I hope that my maths is correct. After a year, okay. Basically, you are ready for your proposal review already. With this formula, if you persistently do it every weekday. Worst case scenario, if potentially supervisor like me, I will delete 50% of it. Okay, then you still have 65 pages draft left, which is actually a good achievement, right? After 1 year, right? Okay, but as you are writing, if you do send this few pages to your supervisor, I I I I, I think you won't end up with this 50% deleted. Okay, because from time to time, your supervisor is reviewing your draft, and he or she will be suggesting how you should write, what are the subheadings. So you will be actually heading to nearer and nearer to a good draft or a good proposal at least. Okay, by then. Okay. So the second year you can actually focus on your implementation. And then you have 1 more year to wrap up your thesis. Okay. If it works on you, let me know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have just managed to point out 2 examples. Actually, there are many more because there are so many potential examples of tasks that can be procrastinated. Okay, yeah, as a PhD student. Okay, so let's work out a later list. Okay, for a procrastinator or a noun list. If you are a non-procrastinator, it will be your noun list. Okay, so what are the other examples? Okay, that you can potentially procrastinate. Okay, it can be your EKC report and presentations. Okay, although this has a due, you may still be able to delay it until the last day, or to submit or to prepare, probably the last week to start writing. Okay, proposal review draft. Okay, by the way, EKC is for newly enrolled students. Okay, For older batch of students, you will have the sit-in research methodology class. Okay, so there are many more in the list. Okay, I'll just go through this. These are basically the requirements. Okay, as I can think of. If I miss anything, you can let me know. Okay. So for at the end of your study, you also need to have two paper published, two Scopus or Clarivate journals. You need to have CSD forms points collections. Yeah. So make sure you know what is the form is about, the requirements of the forms. Okay. So that at the end of the last minute, you do then only you want to come to journal club to get 1 point perhaps. Yeah. Progress reports and so forth. Okay, so these are the very I would say these are the high level lists. Okay, but then with this list, it looks like okay, it's we know what to do, but it's kind of general, right? Yeah, we know this is something that we need to do by the end of semester, but what exactly the things that you are, the details that you need to do for EKC reports and presentations. So what you can do is, once you know this list, I think this is a standard list for everyone. You can further work out a more detailed list, okay, which is more achievable. Okay. For example, have you download the report template? Okay. Because in a few weeks' time, we have, I think, quite a number of students will be sitting for this. Have you ever even like downloaded the report template? Have you downloaded the presentation template? Have you read the evaluation rubrics? You know, it means that do you know what the panels are expecting? Have you start drafting? Have you checked out what other, examples looks like? Yeah. Have you entered the submission date in your calendar and so forth, right? Yeah. So this is a much more detailed list that you can work out. Okay, so that at least some of it you already have, you can start checking them one by one. Okay. So let me give you another example. Yeah, which is this progress report that you need to fill every semester. Okay. So by knowing that you need to fill progress report every semester, it is not enough. Okay, especially for new students, you need to check what exactly is the information that you need to fill up. Because what if by the end of the semester you can't fill up some of the informations, especially if you have zero meeting with your supervisor, how can you fill up this part where you have a zero meeting with your supervisor, right? So you have to look at the form, then do a reverse engineering to plan what you should be doing this semesters. Okay, so this is some kind of detailed stuff that you can work out. So since you have quite a number of different tasks to do, so let's look at what are the things that you need to achieve by the end of the day. Okay, I briefly categorize them into three categories. The one with the strict dues. Okay, strict due means, for example, if you don't submit your progress report, you cannot I think you cannot pay the fees, right? Then you will get some penalty, then you cannot register for the new semesters. Yeah, this is a very strict due. Okay, if you pass the due, you will have to write to IPS, you got to pay more money. Yeah, so these are the strict due list with some dues. Okay, the second list, but it's kind of blur. Okay, it's kind of blur. We know that at the end of maybe let's say maximum 10 semesters, you need to submit your thesis for Viva. But the date is quite far ahead. So I would say that the due is there, but it's kind of somehow blurred, right? For proposal review, okay, you are advised to complete it maybe at the end of the first year, but no one is forcing you to do that, okay? So it's kind of blurred. You know that you need to collect CSD points, but yeah, it's a freestyle, right? you can maybe attend CSJC this year or next year, or you can, yeah. So these are the one that with the not so well-defined views. Okay. And there are also other things where you have the luxury of a lifetime dues. Okay. Yeah, these are the things that you have the luxury where you can complete your Udemy course anytime, read your favorite book about AI anytime you like, set up your GitHub page, write a book about your research, setting up a lunch date with your lab mates. So these are the things with no dues, okay? But the thing is, I would like you to rethink back. Is a due date powerful in your situations? Is due date powerful? Which list tends to be delayed the most? Which list tends to be delayed the most? Okay, in the end, you may have achieved them, but which which list do you think tends to be delayed the most? You can each of us have different answer, I think, for this case. But I believe in the end, how close are you to the due? Okay, there's a moment. If you are, I think for procrastinators, yeah, there's a moment in your inner self where you will actually wake up some point, okay, along the timeline and dash to the finishing line. Do you agree? Okay. So I'm sharing this screenshot by this Tim Urban. Okay, he gave a talk about procrastinations. Yeah, where at some point there will be these monsters that wakes up and makes you move towards your to the due date. Okay, so this is a video that I think I will encourage everyone to watch, whether you are a procrastinator or you are not a procrastinator, because I think at the end of the video, Tim has sent out a very meaningful message, yeah, to everyone. So I would highly recommend you to watch this video, okay? When you are trying to procrastinate your PhD work, okay? Keep it for that. Okay? So what if it's too late? Okay, what if it's too late? Yeah, it could happen, right? It is too late. Or perhaps before it is too late, if you start, you are able to realize it maybe weeks before the very crucial deal. Yeah, what I'm mentioning here is a very crucial one, okay? Yeah, what if you really can't make it? Okay. Sometimes you may miss this, okay? Or perhaps you will be so near to your end of candidatures and then you haven't really prepared yet, you are not prepared yet, you are not ready to perhaps to submit even the notice, you are 3 months away from your maximum candidature, okay? But then, yeah, you're still not ready to submit the notice. Okay, so what can be done? Okay, what can be done in this case? By the way, you can access yeah, some forms like this from this site, okay, to get prepared and at least to be aware of what is needed at the end. Okay, so find out what find out what you can do from the school management and your supervisor especially. Find out what options that you have. Okay, you need to do something. Okay, you need to take actions. Okay. Because in these situations, a third party cannot take actions for you. You really need to take action yourself. Okay, get ready the supporting documents if you have any supporting documents. Okay, inform the relevant parties earlier. Okay, if you are at the before stage, yeah, do inform the relevant parties earlier rather than final moment so that we can sit down together and plan for you what is the best options. Okay, and also, yeah, one point which is very important here, do anticipate that the key persons, okay, who need to endorse your submission may be on leave, okay? Or they have other duties to handle your final moment submissions. Yeah, they are not sitting there like, yeah, we won't know because every day can be a due dates for any of the students. Yeah, so they may be on leave, right? So what if during the final moments, the key person is not around to sign your submission form? So you have to actually include this point in your plan as well. Okay, so this is something very important. You have to take note. Okay, so if you really have tried your best and still not getting there, yeah, I think this is the worst case. Okay, just accept it. I think we have to accept it, whether it takes a long time or short. Yeah, you have to accept it as a valuable lesson that you have learned, and then move on to your other things in life. Okay, so you must be able to move on. Okay, yeah. So we don't want to come here like as far as we can do. Okay, try our best not to come. Uh, yeah, come to this part. So before it's too late. Okay, before it's too late, what can we do? Okay. So I think one thing that we can try. Okay, try our best to do is to stay mindfulness. Okay, even if you are procrastinating, understand that why are you doing that, or try your best to yeah to understand that or think of why you are why you are procrastinating on some work. Okay, so I'm going to share with you one very a familiar scenario. Okay, so in a very short moment into your work, okay, whether you go to your research lab or you go to your office or your supervisors, you know, you will find yourself watching a bunch of YouTube videos. Okay, yeah, you just started some work or some watching some FB reels. By the way, this FB reels is something new and it's kind of distracting. Okay, or those shoppers, you may clicking away some, on some Shopee products. Yeah, without actually knowing why you are reading that. Okay, as part of your literature review, yeah, you're supposed to do literature review, but you ended up doing all this. Okay, because sometimes you tend to land into a videos that you have no idea why you're watching that as well. Okay, for example, like this. Yeah, I don't know how I landed in this video. Okay, but frankly, they are quite interesting. So thinking back, okay, why do I watch some KOLs eating kajang satay, right? Yeah, why? Okay, why you have to think. Right. So if you fall into accidentally, okay, unintentionally or unconsciously fall into this spiral YouTube or Facebook or shopping attractions, okay, try to find a way to alert yourself. Yeah, try to think of, probably as you are watching the video, you can ask why I am here. Okay, yeah, you can ask why I'm here. Okay, after that, acknowledge that you have something important there. Okay, maybe you want to eat the satay, or maybe the video is very interesting. Acknowledge that you have something important to do on this platform. Okay, but put them aside for now. Okay, put them aside for now. I think we don't try to ignore them. Yeah, I think once you're looking at this, there must be something interesting. Okay, so give them a space in your special list. Okay, so where's the space? So work out a list. Okay, work out a special list about the things to do when I am procrastinating. Okay, yeah, can I get a quick feedback from everyone? What are the things that you want to do when you are procrastinating, or you have been doing that? Okay, what are the things that you are doing? Can you share some feedback at the chat box? Okay, so even if you are procrastinating, okay, make the time spent worthwhile. Okay, make the time spent worthwhile, right? Because we don't want to sit there and then watching a few random videos and don't know why we are doing that, okay? Or staring at one paper for very long, but actually not reading it, okay? Perhaps you can work on a list. This is a special list, okay, for you to put aside the things that you like to do. It can be watching a video, okay, a YouTube video, but choose one which is meaningful to you, okay? Yeah, this is one example. Clear your email in your inbox, okay? Clear your email. Yeah, this, okay, I think Azam said share something, do something that you like. Yeah, then come back and do it again. It also helps to distress actually. We definitely need this list, okay, because we cannot work on the serious task all the time. Drop a friend a birthday message, something meaningful, right? Water your plant. Yeah, got once I saw one very interesting memes of image. There's a one word called procrastinations. Yeah, it means that you have something more important to do, but for those plant lovers, you will tend to your plant first. Okay, so you can clear your desktop, your computer desktop, or even your cubicle desk. Okay, yeah, make a cup of coffee. Okay, say hi to your supervisor. Yeah, this one is highly recommended. Okay, take a nap, so you will be refreshed after that. Okay, yeah, can make your own list, but something worthwhile. Okay, while you are procrastinating your uh, research work. Actually, there are other lists as well where you can spend time with your family, play with your kids. Yeah, there are a lot of meaningful things to do. Okay. So now that we have addressed those things that we like to do, okay, the special list. So let's get back to some serious stuff. Okay. How do we keep track of the details? Because I think that everyone here, whether you are a procrastinator or you're not, you will have the uptime. Okay, you will have the uptime. So when you are really, when you really can produce, you have to really treasure that time. Don't let the ideas slip away. Okay. So list your task as detailed. Okay, what I mean by detailed is as small as it can be. Okay, because you may have a lot of things that you think that should be done, but you may not be able to finish within a short timeline, perhaps today. So what you can do is list them as detailed as possible, okay? So that you can each uh check it check it away lah, each of them as you have completed, okay? Remember to keep a notebook, okay, or a notebook page. So what I'm using is this for now is this Notion for Windows. I have shared a template. Okay, so this is my first time sharing a template, but yeah, you can try if you want to get the template. Okay, so let me just quickly show you the page. Yeah, so this is a Notion. This is the site where you can grab the software. Yeah, this is a site. Yeah, you can download or you can, yeah, you can download or you can just log in. Mine is a web version. So I have shared this research planner. Okay. There are actually many templates available. When you add a page, you can easily access to many templates that have been created by someone. So you can, if you are interested in this kind of way of organizing your works, you can just explore this. Okay. So if you have a research planner, this is what I'm doing for my work, okay? But I'm not sharing mine because this will be more relevant to yours. Okay, so let's say on Monday, okay, if today is Friday, you can list out the tasks that, a very small task even, that can come across your mind, okay? So basically I have separate the task into two lists. One, the upper list is something general, okay? For example, you want to send a short progress update to your supervisor, okay? You want to shortlist 3 journals for your literatures paper, okay? You want to check postgraduate conference funds details. Yeah, this is something somehow a bit general, okay? The one down there is the list which is specific, okay? More specific to your thesis. For example, you can, yeah, list things like revise problem statement, paragraph 1, okay? Revise captions for figure 1.2. So this is basically what I have been doing when I did my PhD, but on a manual long notebook. Okay, I list every little things, yeah, that I can think of, because sometimes when I'm looking at this page, I'm typing, then I saw some things that I need to address, but I cannot do that, at that moment. So I would list them out. Okay, I will list them out. Okay, so these are one example lah. Okay, you can also include the due. Okay, especially for the task with the due date, include the due. As soon as you complete, what I did is I'll move them to the complete task section. Okay, let's say you have June section, I will move them down, and clearing. Okay, start clearing. So yeah, now it's June. I'm going to clear some of the tasks. If I can't finish some of the tasks here, I'm going to bring forward to July. It happens all the time. Okay, so you just create another section for July, complete the task. Yeah, move them down. Okay, so you can access this template if you want. Okay, so this is the about Notion. Okay, so lastly, okay, this is my last point. It's time to stop. Okay, it's time to stop. What does it mean? As you are building up the list, right, it can be very long. Okay, it can be very, very long. And somehow the list is, if you look at just now the high level, the high level view of the list that you need to do, there are also the things that not only has to do with your thesis. You may need to sit for your Malay class. You will have other things to do. Okay, the list can be very, very long. You have your development work to do. You have data collections to do. Yeah, so it is very long, and then you will be exhausted. Okay, you will be exhausted after a while. Okay, so what you need to do is know how to stop. Okay, know how to stop. Normally, I think most of us we just set a time. Okay, set a time, and then to start perhaps, okay, we come, and then you have a task list, right? We know that, okay, today I'm going to work on these three items. Okay, today I'm going to work on 3 items, but we never set a time to stop working on those items. Okay, if you don't set a time to stop, you may end up taking the one full day working on that same thing. All right, okay, just give you one example. If you are reading an article, maybe by the time 5 p.m. when the lab is going to close, or you want to go back from your office, you are still reading that article. Okay, so there's a good tips that I learned from one of the YouTube sharer. Okay, is to set a time to stop. Okay, means that when you start doing something or you pick a task, you set the stop time, so that you know that by 10 a.m. I cannot read the article anymore. Okay, so no matter what, I have to somehow scan through, perhaps fix the important part first, because we don't want to read the same article for one whole day or perhaps for the one whole week. Okay. So when you have the time to, when to stop, then you will actually focus on the important contents only. Okay. Rather than, going around and then repeating the same, contents, perhaps without any aim. Okay. Then another example is if you want to revise something in your thesis, okay, also set a time to stop, because you will be revising your first objective of your thesis until Viva, okay? Yeah, even after Viva, during your corrections, you may still want to revise your first objective of your thesis. Okay, somehow at this point, if your supervisor told you that, okay, your first objective has some issues, make it more specific. So sit down and think about that, and then set a time to stop. Okay. Yeah. After that, get back to your supervisor. Okay. Yeah. Then after a few rounds, I'm sure it will be improved. Right. So I think that's my last point. So it is my turn to stop for this task. Okay. Yeah. It is my turn to stop for this task. So I hope that you enjoy the talk. Okay. I hope that, I really hope that you enjoy the talk.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gan. So I think it's a very interesting insight from what I've learned from Dr. Gan, and I think Dr. Chia also shared a few tools that can help us in
Trello,
Trello.
feel free to check that.
Yeah, I'm using Trello actually, so
Okay,
it's
there are
quite
actually
useful.
many tools out there.
Yeah.
Is there any question that I missed? Okay.
I think there are lots of comments. Any questions, Dr. Gan?
Why stop at 10 a.m.? Oh, you mean you read it all night long until the next day? Okay, in that case, definitely you have to set the stop time at 10 a.m. Otherwise, you'll be reading it another full day and then another night long again.
Okay.
I guess there's no questions.
Yep.
Now more of the sharing.
Okay. All right. So once again, thank you very much, Dr. Gan, for your sharing and also participations from all the participants today. So before we end today's session, so I would like to invite Dr. Chia to give a few words. Dr. Chia?
Okay, thanks, Kang Teng.
No
Hi, everybody.
problem.
Thanks, everybody, for attending the sessions today and also to support the CS Journal Club. Special thanks to Osama, Dr. Arifin, and also Dr. Gan for sharing their work and also the special topic. A little bit of updates from the research side. Just want to highlight there is financial assistance from IPS. I have now put the link on the chat box, but this one is actually targeted towards new applicants for PhD and masters. But I think if you are a new joiner, I think no harm trying to apply. Okay, so this is something from the IPS. Another reminder is regarding the publication incentive. In case you have not been making use of our publication incentive, again, please contact Encik Arif for the latest forms. We will also be uploading the form to the website as well, but currently it's still the old form. For the moment, please contact Encik Arif for the latest publication incentive form. Okay, and then for those of you who are maybe about to finish, you might have noticed on the postgrad Facebook, that there is an opening for adjunct lecturer vis-a-vis possible employment at Wawasan Open University. So in case you are interested, you may contact Dr. Teo at Wawasan Open University lah, in case you want to consider a teaching position in one of our local universities lah. All right. So okay. So in the meantime, I hope everybody keep well and continue your efforts in your research. And if there's anything to feedback, kindly contact myself as well as Dr. Manmeet in case you need anything regarding the labs and so on and so forth. Yeah. So please continue to support the CS Journal Club for the D2K and also the service and also the ethic clusters. Please do volunteer yourselves lah for presenting your work. Okay, thank you very much. Kang Ting, that's all for me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chia. So now I would like to pass the floor to Dr. Manmeet. I think she has a few announcements to make as well. Dr. Manmeet?
Okay, all right. Very good evening to everyone. So as what Dr. Chia have mentioned, thank you so much to the Data to Knowledge speakers, especially I think getting some tips from Dr. Gan really helped. I think not only for the students, but also for the staffs, right? All right, so I think this is human nature, okay? We keep our work at the end. Sometimes we do that. All right, so looking back into what is next, okay, so next week on the 24th, we will be having a research enhanced workshop series, okay? So we have a hybrid session in our CS auditorium. We have a professor from Singapore who would actually come down here and he's going to give a talk on social engineering attacks. So I hope this talk is not only for ethics cluster, but also open to everyone. So you could actually learn from him, okay? And our next journal club will be on the 1st of July. And we have this service computing track. Okay, so please do not forget to fill in the feedback forms. And thank you to all of you for attending. And I would also like to thank my my pillars, okay? So to the CS Journal Club's committee, thank you so much. And I will see you guys soon. Okay, Katie, back to you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manmeet. So with that, our sharing for this week has come to an end. So once again, thank you for our speakers today, and thank you for your attendance today as well. All right, so please take care, stay safe, and let's meet again next week, next Friday morning. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.